This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
And Philip Smelly Chair Cheer, he said, have you fed cat today and given fresh water? Have I fed my wife cat today and given fresh water? Har har har, hilarious. She's at work right now, and yes, she's been fed. She can feed it herself. And thanks for insulting my wife. I really appreciate it.
Obviously.
People just don't understand what's like funny and what's like lame and annoying. Like calling my wife a cat and acting like I feed her like a pet is not fucking funny at all. Har har har.
I am Hot Dog. Timmy $1 and says, why do you make these long convoluted stories about Cat not streaming? Oh my god, here we go. You demanded her not stream. Let's face it, she can't do anything without you saying so. That's right. As you know, I'm an incredibly controlling adult, and I absolutely tell her what to do at every waking notice. Right now, I've got her tied up in a closet over here in the house while I stream because I don't like it if she disturbs me. You're a fucking weirdo idiot. You are dumbass. Lil Pump to me $1.01 and says, how is people making fun of my medical issues different from me making fun of people's gender identity? It's different because I don't do that.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
Just because I make observational comedy about how people get all uppity about gender identity in video games when it really doesn't fucking matter. And it's the most ridiculous, first world superfluous thing to make fun of at all in a video game and complain about, especially in a game review, which is what game media does a lot. And I was parodying when I said things like that. See, basically, the bottom line is I don't make fun of gender identity, but you're too stupid to understand that I'm doing sarcasm and or parody. So you don't get it, and you think I actually am making fun of it because you're stupid. So I can't help that you're stupid, and you don't understand intelligent, like, conversation and intelligent commentary on something and criticism. So, sorry that you're stupid.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic. Oh my god, I'm toxic. I'm fucked. I'm dead.
X-Plant sent me $1 and said, I don't think it's fair to call someone stupid if they find a joke you said funny. If they don't find a joke you said funny. Oops, I thought it was a person. Everyone has a different sense of humor, so you shouldn't insult that other guy for expressing his opinion. I wasn't even aware that that's what it was. See, you don't understand. He's not saying your joke's not funny. He's saying you didn't make a joke. You're actually insulting someone's gender identity, which I never did. What I did is, alright, I'll give you an example. When I was playing a game a few months ago, I think it was the Neo 2 demo, alright? There was male and female to make your character. And I made a joke on Twitter, oh my god, only 2 genders in this game. How ridiculous, robble, robble, robble. Now that's a reference to the fact that in recent years, game journalists in general have actually reviewed games poorly and or complained about games not having enough gender identities at the creation screen of said game. It's not that I actually care about it. I don't care if the game has 1 gender, 20 genders. I don't give a shit. For me, I'm probably almost always going to pick a guy anyway. That's just how I am. That's what I've always done. But I was basically doing criticism of the gaming media and or someone who would be so extreme to think that this is like a major issue that we have to really be complaining about this in a beta in 2011, okay? But some idiots actually, oh, see, Phil's actually saying that it doesn't matter that there's gender identity and blah, blah, blah. No, that's you and your own erroneous, very, very stupid and immature interpretation of what I said.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Putting words in my mouth that I never said. And basically, you're an idiot if you think that, because all you're trying to do is prove your own agenda, and you're looking for something that's not there, okay? So, it's not that the guy didn't get my joke, or he thought that my joke wasn't funny. He's just an idiot. He's trying to make me look bad, because this is what people do constantly, is make me look bad for shit that I didn't say or do, because they think it's funny, or they get their jollies by making me look like a villain. So, fuck that guy.
People trying to play as the victim. Yeah, well, that's what it is. They do something bad, but then they realize, oh shit, maybe we went over the line and we're going to get in trouble for it. Oh, quick, let's try to flip it so that we're innocent. It's called, defense mode, panic mode, for people who know that they screwed up.
I mean, I'll be very honest. The wedding was a thing that Kat and I wanted to do, but we were in no hurry to do. But once my parents said, listen, you should come out here and spend time with us because we both have medical issues or whatever, we were like, maybe now's the time. Maybe even now, we were talking about it, this isn't the time because we might not get the chance. You know what I mean? Again, next time maybe when one of my parents passed away, it would be terrible. Right? We have the chance to do it now, let's just do it. So we did, you know?
We really were. We were pressured a little bit to do it.
And I say, I really don't feel we did it too early. I don't. I think we did it at the right time anyway. Like, we were ready. But, you know, that's just kind of the bottom line. But the thing is, people don't believe me. They constantly think I'm just making shit up. So, yeah, you know, of course, Phil lied about all that. His parents don't have any problems at all, right?
And so people actually believed me. Oh, people are just very gullible on the internet. I don't know what else to say. Oh, here we go. I am Hot Dog, the asshole who insulted me earlier, and now he's trolling me, saying I had a forced wedding or something. What the fuck are you talking about? A forced wedding? What does that even mean? You're an idiot.
With this salt flavor. Ugh.
Explain to me $1 says, have there been any positive developments with the condo? Let me put it this way. At this point, I have no idea what's going to happen. I just know there's no way I'm going to own it permanently anymore. So, I don't know how it's going to go down, but I would think probably sooner rather than later, I won't own a condo in Connecticut anymore. And it's basically going to ruin my credit for a long time because of this, but at least, hopefully, in the short term, it'll give me a little bit of relief. I don't know how much it's going to give me. But yeah, basically, I'm not going to be owning that condo forever. I mean, and the thing is, it might have long-term negative repercussions, because the condo, let's say, for example, the condo in Connecticut, let's say, we can't come to an agreement, I can't come to an agreement with the mortgage company on how to have an amicable resolution. So, basically, they just foreclose on it, they sell it off, and then they sue me for the remainder of money that I owe. That could happen, and then I might end up having to pay off that money. Now, would that be worst case scenario? I don't know. Like, I don't know how much money reasonably it would even be. And more than likely it would be at a situation where I can afford it, because I can't afford anything right now. So if I could prove to them, listen, you shouldn't afford nothing, how am I supposed to pay you this money? More than likely it would have to be on reasonable terms that a court would determine or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, that condo is going to be gone. There's nothing I can do about it. That thing's out of here, man.
What the hell? There's a cat pushing a... Did you see that? There was a cat pushing a pig. Bullying him. Pushing him all around.
Yes, Cody Carls, this is not even a new troll meme. Listen to this. So Cody Carls said, what's people saying you planned your sickness a month in advance to avoid a podcast? This is a new troll meme. This apparently is based on something that happened like 3 years ago. I think it was supposedly supposed to be a podcast that, of all people, Wings of Redemption wanted me to be on. Long before I became a full-time streamer, and somehow Wings of Redemption memes became a part of my streams, which I don't even understand how the fuck that happened. But, like 3 years ago, they wanted me to be on a podcast, okay? Basically, when it was supposed to be, I got sick. I felt awful. I didn't do any work that day at all. I didn't stream, nothing. I was very sick. And I told them I would still like to be on the podcast. Let me know when they're going to do it again, so that I could be on, because I'd still like to be a guest. They said, okay, we'll let you know. Well, I never, ever received another email whatsoever from Wings of Redemption ever again. Never. I never got an email about it at all. Period. Apparently later that week, I got better. I went back on stream. I was streaming again, waiting to hear from them. Apparently they had the podcast without telling me, and the whole podcast was about how I lied about being sick. I dodged them. And apparently they riffed on me the whole podcast, even though I don't know anything about it. I was honestly sick. I couldn't be on the podcast because I was sick. I told them I wanted to be on it later. They did it again without ever telling me it was happening. And then they made fun of me the whole time. So after that, I was like, why the fuck would I ever want to be on these idiots' podcasts? They're a bunch of fucking assholes who just wanted to start drama. It's apparent this is what they wanted to begin with. So I never cared about it again. I guess one of the assholes from that podcast apparently made a joke this week about, oh, I wanted Phil on my podcast in August, but he already told me in advance he's going to be sick next month. So basically, I guess he's making some kind of fucking insult against me, underhanded insult about something that happened 3 fucking years ago that I literally had nothing to do with. It's all them creating the drama and lying to make drama for themselves, to make, I guess, some content for their streams or whatever. So basically, a shithead lying out of their ass to get drama attention. Are you surprised this is with the state of people on the internet? Idiots lying about stuff to get drama attention for themselves?
My mouth is full of salt.
Apparently this guy, too, I've never even talked to this guy. Like, I've never even talked to this guy before, ever. I don't know who the fuck he is. I've never had contact with the guy who's talking shit about me. Benboxer is saying, do you think I'll have enough money to save up for a vacation? Dude, no. I have no money for anything. Alright? But you need to understand, because he made... Oh, he said, oh, if you don't pay that mortgage anymore, then you'll have a lot of extra money, right? Yeah. What a piece of shit gun. Anyway, I have one more. Yeah, he had a Spitfire. I had a piece of garbage gun. One more game, I guess. But you don't understand, Benboxer? It's very simple. I make way less money this year than I used to. Like, this year, with how bad my YouTube channel dipped in January, I actually make more...
What?
Excuse me. I make less than 1,000... Alright, how can I say this? I make even more than $1,000 less every month this year than I did all of last year. My income went down by a giant chunk. starting in January of this year by over $1,000. So even though I may not be paying the mortgage in Connecticut anymore, all it did was make up for the money that I'm not making off of YouTube anymore, and that's why I can't afford anything. You see what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh, Phil just is not paying a mortgage in Connecticut anymore, so now he has all this extra money. No, the reason I stopped paying the mortgage in Connecticut is because I'm not making the money to pay the mortgage in Connecticut anymore. So, I don't have any money at all. I have no money for anything. I think the office job was paying me, when I got laid off, I want to say I had just gotten a raise, essentially, which is hilarious. They laid me off after giving me a raise the year before. And I think I had finally just was starting to make like $60,000 a year. I think. Don't quote me on that, because I don't know. It's been a long time. I certainly haven't looked at anything in a million years. But I think I was making roughly about that when they laid me off. Okay? But the bottom line is, you know, I was doing work, and I was working my ass off at this job, doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. I was doing the work of what's considered a continuous improvement person, someone who goes for specialist training to basically revamp a business. So I was doing these crazy high-level process maps of the stuff inside this business. I was leading fucking events that someone who does that job should be getting paid, no lie, like $100,000 a year. And I know because my dad had that job, and he was getting paid way more than me. Yet they had me doing the same work as my dad, and they were paying me like $50,000 less than what my dad was fucking making. So they basically screwed me over. They had me doing high-level work, didn't ever pay me for the work that I was doing. They were still paying me the pay of a customer service rep. And then they fucking laid me off when I finished the work. It was like a total fuck you job.
Now, are you the guy Chew said you're the guy and I'm watching your Twitch? Okay then. I'm just the guy. Okay. I'm just the guy.
Alright, let's see. Timbo Slice Cherry said, bankruptcy is not as it was years ago. A lot of people do it, and then years down the road have an amazing life. It's definitely something to look into. Listen, I don't want to do it unless I absolutely have to, but I know there's tons of criteria that you need to have to qualify. Certainly having 2 fucking homes in my name, I'm not going to qualify for it. So if anything, well, you know, once the condo in Connecticut is out of my name, whether I get sued for whatever the remaining money I owe on it or not happens, I think getting that condo out of my name is going to help me in the long run anyway, because maybe it'll help me to qualify for assistance or whatever in the long run anyway. But there's no way anyone would say, oh, you own 2 homes and you're going to try to get fucking bankruptcy? Yeah, right. That's never going to happen. Cody Carl's Cheers said, did your dad help you get in as a reference, or did you get in by yourself?
Yes!
Basically, my dad told me there were openings at the job, and then he just told me, here, apply, and I did. Now, I'm assuming the people who were hiring knew that I was his son. I don't know how much that factored in, but they were impressed with me.
Oh my god. Try to do this a little bit.
Oh god!
They weren't impressed with necessarily my dad, you know, knowing that I was the son of someone who already worked there or anything like that. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing something different as well on the late stream tonight. Tonight we're going to be doing Classic Street Fighter. And what I mean by that is I'm going to be going back to the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection that came out last year. And I'm going to attempt to play some Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And, depending on how things go, some Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. We're going to see how it goes and how many matches I can find and the like. Now, it's funny because some people have said, oh, this is Phil's attempt to cheaply cash in on EVO. Now, what's absolutely hilarious is I don't actually know, I didn't even know that EVO was this weekend.
I'm good at lying. And so, I was like, wow, I guess it just kind of goes, it coincides with it. I didn't intentionally mean to do that, but I guess it works, right? It's greed. It's greed. Greed is massively strong. I have no fucking self-control. So tonight we're going to be doing that. It's a late stream. We're going to see how it goes. Yet these fuckers slurp it up like fucking noodles, like, hype. Oh, ooh, I gotta eat it. Gotta eat the hype. Oh,
JB tipped me $3 and says the following. He says, some insight. The reason why people are saying that your surprise on Sunday is going to be a baby announcement is because of how you dealt with the wedding. You lied about that, regardless of how you perceive it.
You're absolutely right. I did lie about the wedding.
Because, well, alright, let me put it this way. I didn't lie about the wedding, I just didn't tell you guys anything about the wedding.
Lol.
You know, I purposely hid every single detail about it because I knew it was in our best interest to protect myself and my family. I knew that if I had talked about it publicly that there was a chance that people would try to fuck with us and or hurt my family, and I wasn't going to deal with that shit, you know? I had to keep it a secret. So you guys are absolutely right. Right, exactly. Lie by omission. I guess that's what you could say. Rumpelstiltskin, it's a lie by omission. I guess that's the proper term for it. the thing is, people who've been around, you know, and know the shit that I've been through over the years completely understand why I had to do that with the sickos and shit that have tried to fuck with me over the years, right?
So, hey, I understand that some people are like, well, we can't trust anything Phil says or does anymore. He says there's no baby, there's a baby.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to see on Sunday if we hit the tips goal.
It's gross. It's for this. It's not because they love what they're doing. It's not because for the love of the game or because they're true gamers. It's for this. And this is what it's become. It's not about putting out a quality review. It's not about putting out a quality playthrough or quality stream. It's about making this.
A mature, intelligent frog has done a 50-bit cheer and has an insightful cheer. You ready? He says, hey, Phil, I'm an aspiring detractor. I already have the basics down. Step 1, a bucket of shit to pour over your head. Step 2, slander to ruin your day. Step 3, lots of nasty comments about your wife. Let's see. He says, do I have any additional tips to do you have any additional tips to completely ruin my life? Oh, dude, I could give you like 4 million of them. But the thing is, I'm not going to. Because that's the thing, like, the reason that people do shit to fuck with me is because they hope they can get a rise out of me. Right? They want to hear me rage about it. They want to feel like something they've done to me has a concrete impact on me and my day. They want to hear it on a stream. They want to see it in a tweet.
Oh my God.
And if I don't give them the time of day, they don't get that satisfaction, right? And that's why I don't tell you guys about, probably no exaggeration, 95% of the shit that people do to fuck with me, I don't talk about anymore. Because there's no point, because I don't want to give these people the attention that they're craving. Alright? So, there's much, much more that they do, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because that's exactly what they want. Rumpelstiltskin's cheered again. He says, it seems that you've leaked a surprise. People are saying you got an aquarium full of frogs.
I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh!
It could be. You got to tune in on Sunday, and hopefully we hit the tips goal, and you guys will find out, right? We'll see what happens on Sunday. Front Bottom Filth cheered and said, do you ever feel disempowered by relying on the generosity of others rather than pulling yourself up by the bootstraps and being self-reliant? Considering the fact that for the last, let's see, 8 years, I've been 100% reliant on others? No.
What? Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Seriously.
When I was a YouTuber, I was reliant on ad revenue. Ad revenue was reliant on video views. Okay? So I was reliant on people to come out and watch my content, alright, in order to keep things going. Then, I had to open a Patreon, right? Then I opened a merchandise shop, Teespring. And now I'm reliant on income from the streams. And the bottom line is, it's not different from anything else. Are you saying, let me ask you this, Front Bottom Phil, because I'm very curious about this, alright? Are you telling me that when you go to a restaurant, alright, you go to a restaurant, and you have a good meal, and you have a waiter that did an exceptional job at serving you. They brought you your food in a timely manner, they're very complimentary, maybe they brought you some extra things you asked for, extra napkins, whatever you wanted. They did a really good job. And at the end of your meal, you say, okay, I'd like to tip this waiter, and you leave him a nice tip, alright? What's the difference between that or you go to someone's stream, they do a really good job of entertaining you, they put out a fun stream, you know, good content, good interactions, maybe you even got to talk to them during the stream, you had a few good laughs, a few hours of entertainment. At the end of the stream, you say, man, that was a good one, I'm going to send this guy a tip because he did a good job. It's the same exact thing. In fact, legally, it's the same exact thing. I can tell you that because I pay taxes on my tips, just like a waiter pays taxes on their tips. It's exactly the same thing legally. There's no difference. So what you're telling me is that basically someone who works in the food services industry and relies on tips, or someone who's a bartender relies on tips, right? Those people aren't legit. They don't deserve what they get. You know, they should be ashamed of themselves because they rely on tips, right? I mean, that's ridiculous, right? Here's a different situation. A patron of the arts, right? So someone is an artist and they make a song or they make a painting that you guys really like, and so I want to be a patron of this person, right? I want to support them. And so you send them some funds or you buy their works, right? What's the difference? There's no difference. But the thing is, because this job is just me sitting here streaming on a couch, or, excuse me, a love seat, playing video games, people want to act like it's not valid, and that I should be ashamed of myself that I raise funds via streaming. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, speaking the job.
Oh my God, here we go, moron. I have a job, it's much better than yours.
That's fucking, it's preposterous. It's stupid. There's no logic behind that reasoning. It's basically jealousy. It's, well, I'm doing it, you're not. So, because I'm able to make a living doing it, I should, you know, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's not an honest living. Actually, it is. And if you don't think it is, you're a complete fucking moron. Because you're just stupid and ignorant. And you have no right to criticize anyone who does it. And tough shit that you can't do it, because that's probably the reason that you make fun of it regardless, because you can't do it. You know, you're not good enough to fucking try to make a living doing it, you know?
Oh, I gotta take a sip.
I've been around the block. The reason I'm able to do this for a living is because I worked my fucking ass off. You know, I started back in the day when no one was doing the kind of stuff that I do. Now, a ridiculous amount of people do the kind of stuff that I do. Because I was one of the pioneers who made it popular on YouTube. And I stayed the course. I stuck it out year after year. There were a million reasons why things got screwed up and I could have quit, but I stayed with it. And, you know, I'm still here to this very day. I'm happy that I toughed it out. You know, and I have a legacy behind me of positivity and awesome content that you can watch at any moment on the internet. Despite the fact that there's so many assholes over the years who've tried to bring me down, I'm still here. And quite frankly, I've outlived a ton of people who tried to say that I was a shitty guy or I wasn't doing anything valid. You know what I mean? So, being quite frank with all of you, I don't feel any kind of negative feeling about relying on the generosity of others, because there's a ridiculous amount of people who do it, the various methods of employment, and it's basically being an entrepreneur, and it's a lot of work, but at the same time, it's honest work, it's tough, it's very, very risky, but at the same time, it's fun as hell to do what I do for a living, and you know what I mean? I wouldn't give it up for the world. I love it, okay? So, no, I don't feel bad at all, and the bottom line is no one should. No one should even accept invalid criticism about it, because it's a bunch of fucking horseshit from jealous assholes.
What an anomaly I fucking am. How many people have disappeared from YouTube or Twitch over the years that have been doing it as long as I have, and I've been able to keep doing it? Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.